Hi, this is Shane with Hobart Welding Products. Today we're going to take a look at the Hobart Handler 210 MVP. This machine will run off a 115 or 230. With 210 amps on the 230 side, this is a very powerful unit in a small compact case. Comes with a 10-foot rug and MIG gun, gas regulator with 5-foot gas hose, heavy-duty ground clamp and cable, and a roll of flux core wire and extra tips so you can start welding right out of the box. As I mentioned, this machine will run off of 115 or 230. Comes with both plugs to run off of either voltage, and all you have to do is pick the appropriate plug, line up the arrows on the cable on the plug, screw it on, plug it into the input power, and the machine will automatically recognize whether it's 115 or 230. You don't have to do any switching inside the machine. Taking a look at the front of the Handler 210 MVP, you'll notice the variable speed wire feed control, 7 tap settings allowing you to fine-tune your weld down to 24 gauge steel and up to 3/8 mild steel in a single pass when you're on the 230 volt plug. Just like all Hobart wire feed welders, a quick reference guide is located on the back of the access door. This will allow you to set up your machine without any of the guesswork. Just choose the material you're welding, the thickness, and it will tell you where to set your voltage and your wire feed speed. So that was your look at the Hobart Handler 210 MVP. For welding aluminum, don't forget the Spool Runner 100 spool gun, part number 300-796. It is a direct plug into this unit, no other adapters required. The Handler 210 MVP is proudly designed and manufactured in Troy, Ohio, USA, backed by the industry's best warranty. The Handler 210 MVP's ability to run 115 or 230 makes it one of the most versatile MIG welders on the market.
Forney has created a new line of welding machines, the Forney EZ Weld. These machines were designed with the novice welder in mind. They are extremely user-friendly, affordable, and are the perfect machine for the DIY welder. This is the Forney EZ Weld 125 FC. It's a basic flux core welding machine. Some people might call it a MIG machine, although it does not require shielding gas. It might also be referred to as a wire feed machine, but just understand that you will not use shielding gas. It comes with a ground clamp and a MIG gun. It uses 030 flux core wire. The flux inside the wire provides the shielding to the molten weld puddle. To get started welding, you'll set your material thickness switch to either sheet metal or thin plate. Then you'll dial down your wire feed speed to the lower end for sheet or the upper end for thin plate. You want to make sure the ground clamp is attached to a metal workbench or the actual metal you'll be working with. When beginning to weld, make sure you're comfortable. Always try to maintain a stick out at 3/8 inch. The stick out is the distance between the tip and your workpiece. Think of welding like driving a car. The stick out is similar to controlling the following distance from the car in front of you. Remember to control the travel speed of the weld as you're pulling the weld along. Think of this like controlling your speed when you're driving. Lastly, focus on the path. You want a nice and consistent weld, similar to staying in your lane when driving. The learning curve is about a half hour of practice and you'll start to get the hang of it. Let's show some test welds. Traveling too fast looks like this. Too slow looks like this. Stick out too long looks like this. The Forney EZ Weld 125 FC is perfect for do-it-yourselfers, hobbyists, and first-time welders, and it comes with a 6-month warranty. Don't forget your welding gloves, welding helmet, and to wear protective FR clothing.
Hi, I'm Shane with Hobart Welding Products. Today we're going to take a look at the Hobart Handler 140. This is a 115 volt, 140 amp wire feed welder. Features a 10-foot MIG gun. Also comes with a heavy duty ground clamp and 10-foot cable. This unit comes with a roll of flux core wire so you can weld right out of the box, or it also includes the regulator and gas hose, so you can switch over to MIG if you desire. Taking a look inside the Handler 140, you'll notice the welding setup chart that makes setting your machine up properly very easy. And if we look at the industrial grade cast aluminum drive system with quick release, that also makes changeovers very quick. It also has the polarity with easy access, so you can change from flux core to MIG very easily also. This machine, we have the small 2-pound roll-on, but you can also run the 8-inch spool, and it also comes with this adapter. Taking a look at the front of the Handler 140, you'll notice the slope control panel for easy visibility. Also features infinite control on your wire feed speed, and 5 tap settings, allowing you to go down to 24 gauge steel and up to 1/4 inch steel. This machine also features a thermal overload protection light. In case this machine gets too hot, it will shut down and save the machine from any damage. You will experience excellent arc performance from the Handler 140 with a smooth, stable arc on all thicknesses. Designed and assembled in Troy, Ohio, USA, and backed by a 531 industrial warranty to protect your investment.
Hi, I'm Jason Mayhew from Forney Industries. I'm the Senior Manager of Welding Products and Engineering, and we're going to take a closer look at the 190 and the 140 MP machines, which is multi-process machines. These machines are capable of stick welding, MIG welding, or TIG welding. Let's take a little bit closer look at the machines. You'll notice the 140 and the 190 do look very similar to each other. The main difference is the power input and then also the power output. The 140 machine operates off of 115 volts and a 20 amp input. The 190 machine operates off of 230 volts and also has an adapter plug that comes with it, so you can operate off of 115 volts as well. Very versatile machine. Of course, the 140 machine has an approximate maximum output of 140 amps, and the 190 machine has an approximate output of 190 amps. So both very good machines. If we take a look at the control panel, you'll notice that I can change to stick welding mode, I can change to TIG welding mode, I can change to 4 different MIG welding modes. You'll notice that there's a 2T and a 4T trigger mode. The 2T trigger mode is for short welding. The 4T is a trigger lock, and that's better for long welds. There's also manual and synergic modes as well. When we're in stick welding mode, I'll be adjusting the amperage on the left here. On the right, I'll be adjusting my hot start function. On the TIG welding mode, I'll be adjusting the amperage. If I'm hooked to local, if I'm hooked to remote, I'll be adjusting the amperage with my foot pedal. On MIG welding, you'll notice if it's in manual, I'll be adjusting my wire feed speed and then my voltage separately. And if it's in synergic mode, I'll be adjusting wire feed speed here and then percent thickness on the right hand side. You notice here on the LED indicator, if it's solid green, it's 230 volts. If it's blinking green, it's hooked to 115 volts. There's an over temperature indicator here, as well as a fault indicator here. When we talk about synergic welding as it applies to MIG welding, what that essentially means is the welding machine is a smart machine. It monitors the arc, optimizes the arc, reduces spatter, and really just produces an overall better quality weld. Synergic welding is great for that first-time user that has trouble finding the sweet spot. It's very easy to find the sweet spot in a synergic mode. Let's take a look at some of the other features on this machine. You'll notice that this machine comes with a Euro-style disconnect, very easy for maintenance, replacing the liner, troubleshooting wire feeding problems, things like that. It has a negative terminal and a positive terminal, and also an Amphenol connection. The Amphenol connection is for attaching a spool gun, attaching a TIG torch, or attaching a foot pedal as well. So this machine has a lot of versatility built in. With the 190 machine, you get a 15-foot power cord, great for the common garage. The 140 machine comes with an 8-foot power cord. However, if you want to use a heavy, like 10 gauge extension cord with the 140 machine, that's possible. I wouldn't use one any longer than 25 foot long. Remember, if you're using 115 volts, make sure there's no other devices plugged in or robbing power from the circuit. It really needs to be a dedicated circuit. These machines will use all the power that you can give them. It's necessary for giving the maximum output of these machines. In some cases, if you have a load on a circuit, these machines will actually shut themselves off to protect the machine. So let's take a closer look inside the welding machine. You'll notice that we have a premium despooler back here. We've spent a lot of time focusing on optimizing the wire feed, which then gives you a nice smooth arc. So it comes off of the despooler. It's easy to adjust the tension. You can use 4 or 8-inch spools. It goes in through the inlet guides. You notice there's a cast aluminum drive system here. Also, you'll notice that both the idler and the drive roll are both geared, which then helps push the wire through the torch. When we come up to this area, we can change the polarity if we're running solid wire or flux core wire, and then also we can adjust slope of the motor and the burn back time as well. Over here is our switch for local or remote. Normally you'll stay on local, but if you have a foot pedal hooked up to the machine, you'll flip this over to remote, and then the foot pedal will adjust the amperage. Both the 190 and the 140 MP machines are great for maintenance and repair, light industrial, farming and ranch applications, automotive, and even just general fabrication. The 190 machine is capable of running up to 5 32nd stick electrodes, and the 140 machine is capable of up to 1/8 electrodes. I would highly recommend using an 030 MIG wire in both these machines, but if you need to, you can also use an 035 MIG wire.